AI golf coach, let's ask, why do I keep blowing up on par fives? There we go. 3 to 4 over par on almost every hole. Similar damage on September 3rd. Try to reach in 2. Yeah, I guess I could shoot higher yardage shots and then hope I'm making the green. Aim for a layup of 90 to 120 yards out. Okay. One bad tee shot often leads to a hero recovery attempt. Yeah, no, I can attest to that. Vex treat par 5s as 3-shot holes. Driver, layup, wedge in. Bogey 6 every time gets me to 90 flat. Okay, that seems fair. So, I love golf, but here's the thing. I have no idea if I'm actually getting better. You know, you pay all this money to play around and you play the round and it seems to be going good, but then you might have a beer or you break for lunch in the middle of the par 9 and then you come back on the back 9 and it absolutely blows up. Or the opposite, you're having a horrible front 9, you have a break and then you come back and you're playing fantastic. The whole goal of golf is to ideally score around par or under if you can, par each hole or get a birdie. And if you're really good, potentially get multiple birdies or have a significant minus score at the end of it. But it doesn't seem practical when you're paying such a large amount of money, plus it's such an investment up front for the bags and getting there and the equipment and the yardage trackers, lasers, all this fancy equipment. And you never seem to really get anywhere. And on top of that, it's so hard to track your progression that it never really makes sense to continue to pay for it after a while. And I think a lot of golfers tend to have this issue. They'll have ebbs and flows where they'll golf a lot. They'll kind of not feel they're progressing at all. And then they'll take a break for a year or a season, and then they'll come back and try again. When I finish a round, I throw the scorecard in my bag. Might have had a good one, might have shot close to 90 at 91 or whatever, but I never really think about it. I just throw the scorecard in. I'm happy. I, go have a beer, enjoy the rest of the day type of thing. But you never get to really synthesize the data and what you actually did to perform that well. And it's hard to replicate in the future. And, there's lots of services out there. There's the Arcos that wants $200 for sensors. There's Garmin that wants you to buy a watch. There's 18 birdies that makes you tap in every hole manually. Like it's 2011. And I'm a software developer. So I thought, why don't I just make a solution that works perfectly for me and for everybody else who has this problem that I'm suffering from? And I decided to start on a Thursday, and by Monday I had a product. In terms of my progress, day 1, I had basic scorecard logging. I thought, why would a person need to enter their scorecard when they have it right there physically? Why couldn't they just take a screenshot and upload it? We have OCR capabilities. So I added those. So you just upload your photo of your scorecard and it automatically percolates everything. If you have friends on it, it can offer to send to your friends and it'll automatically adjust their analytics and your analytics immediately. On day 2, I plugged in an AI chatbot, so you're able to talk to it about your analytics and kind of discuss with it. And over time, I've expanded that chatbot to be able to handle a lot of your recent data as well as your major markers like your handicap, your greens and regulation, your fairways and regulation. Can create tangible solutions for you so you're actually able to solve the problem that you're trying to solve, and not some random fluff was, you need to change your grip and you need to stand in this weird posture with your toe in. Like, none of that. Like, golf is meant to be natural. Some of the best golfers in the world have had the least amount of training. So why is it that they're better than other people? It's because they intuitively understood how to get better. And, for some of us, that's not as intuitive. Not all of us are professional athletes and have a really good mind-muscle connection like they do. So we need to focus on the things that are specific to us in order to improve our game. And everybody's different in terms of their play style. Day 3, I added GPS tracking, map tracking. I also added eSIM tracking. So all of that's available. And then on top of that, I thought, why don't I start an AI caddie as well? Why don't I allow for it to, based on your club distances and the club distances that you record over time, it just suggests you the best club possible. And that would make it so basically every shot you're taking is within a 10-yard range of what you're expecting it to be. And you're optimizing for your shot performance. Yes, I understand this isn't practical. You couldn't use it on the PGA, but congrats. We're not all on the PGA. So you you are allowed to use it and you're allowed to actually improve your game. And if you get to the PGA, maybe you'll have internalized all these things enough that you don't need it anymore. That's kind of the goal of all of this, is to get good enough that you don't need the help. And, by Monday night, I had some package and an app put together that I thought was really comprehensive. I'm really excited to share this with you guys, and I hope you enjoy. And this is the app right here. I called it HoselRocket. You can find it at HoselRocket.app. It's free to sign up and free to try. So at least the free features are still pretty good. I have free analytics, and you can upload your scorecards from the last season or this season and see how you're doing and compare over time on a basic level. So just the free tier, I'd say, is really good enough to help you get going on your game. But it also offers, as you can see, an AI coach. But here I'm going to show you the OCR scorecard. This is probably my favorite and the easiest setup. So as you can see, I have all my courses here from the last year. Haven't really varied the course much. I've just been trying to dial in my game on one course. So from here, you'll click upload, and then you'll pick your image file that has your scorecard on it. If it has other players as well, it'll automatically percolate those in. It won't associate it with your account, but it'll offer you to combine those results for them and send it to them. So once it's uploaded, it'll read the people on the scorecard, and you'll be able to pick your specific name, so it links it to you. It should automatically percolate if you have the name of the course on it and you have the specific country club as well. It should auto-associate right here, but clubs can have multiple courses sometimes. So if you have, for example, an 18-hole course versus a 9-hole course, which Earl Grey does, or there's various other courses that are multi-18 holes, you can have a 72-hole country club, and each of the 18s are named differently. You can pick them specifically. It'll automatically read in all the pars from each hole. For example, this is a practice course. It's a 9-hole course that Earl Grey has that has all par 3s. So it reads those in. It reads in your scores, and then it reads in the scores of the other players on the scorecard. And from there, you can actually save it to your account. It actually also reads in the date. If any of these are missing, you can obviously fill them in, or it's not able to scan correctly. Feel free to reach out to support as well, and we'll get you all fixed up with that. But you're going to, from here, save it. After it's been saved, you have the option to send it to active players. And, sometimes you might search different players and they might not show up in the HoselRocket system, and you can invite them to join. So you can share with email, WhatsApp, SMS, or just a share link here and copy it. And it'll also copy your referral code. If they are in the system, you can search them and they'll show up. You can click them directly, and then you can send directly to them. And on their side, they'll be able to approve or deny. And once it's approved, it'll integrate with their analytics, so they don't have to go, filling out the scorecard in their own side. It'll all send to everybody, and it'll be really clean. I hate having to enter data multiple times. I think it's a huge pain, and I didn't want that for anybody. So I wanted it to be as optimized as possible, fast as possible. Just plug and play, upload your scorecard, auto loads it in, send to all the people you need, and you're good to go. So you send to them. So I've sent to here. And from here, we're going to click done. And then our scorecard will be uploaded. And as you can see here, we have the new scorecard with all our scores that were recorded directly in line. You can delete it if you don't need it. But from there, it'll populate our analytics. Obviously, I have a lot of different scorecards, so I have much broader analytics. But if you come to the analytics page, we have analytics for 18-hole courses, 9-hole courses. If it was outdoors specifically, if it was an eSIM as well, we have tracking for that now. We also have comparisons of short game, your scrambling percentage, your greens, your average score by par over every single hole you've ever played and uploaded, and your fairway hit percentage, etc. Putting, we also have putting analytics. Those are in development, but going to be populated as soon as we get the eSIM tracking and the outdoor live round tracking integrated, which will probably be, say, like a week from now. Also, we got club analysis, so you can see your different club distances, your averages. They'll update over time as you track with our live round feature, and you'll get more and more accurate and attuned averages for each of your clubs. So you'll really know exactly how much you have to hit and what club you need to hit it with. On top of that, you'll have club scoring impacts. So you'll have an idea of where specifically you're going right and wrong with your holes. For example, if you hit really good holes with a 9-iron, but for some reason, every time you use your 7, you have a cursed hole, we'll be able to track that. And maybe you shouldn't use your 7-iron anymore. These are all analyses that are useful to help decrease your score and improve your overall average to par. Also, we have bag analytics. If you go to the side menu here and you click My Bags, you can have your bag set up. You can create multiple bags, and the bag that you're currently using, you can set to active. And on top of that, we recently just added a feature where you can share and loan clubs. So if you loan clubs, you can loan them for a period of weeks, months to a separate person within HoselRocket. It'll auto associate with their account. And then when they're playing their AI caddie feature in eSIM rounds or live rounds, they'll be able to use your club. Similarly, we wanted to add a share feature because sometimes you're playing with someone and you want to try out their club, so they share it with you. And for a couple of rounds, you use that club and you kind of get a feel of how it is and how it's going. You know, your 7-iron might not be the best, or it has some horrible curse on it that allows you to not perform. But for some reason, your buddy's 7-iron is great. So he can share it with you within the app. It'll track within the app. You can associate it in your system with your specific round. And then while you're playing, it'll come up as an option and you can pick it and hit with it. And then you can track your stats on that actual club. And if that club performs better than your 7, might be worth investing in. It's all about narrowing down on a lower score and improving your performance over time and making it easy to do and not out of reach and simplifying it as much as possible. That was my whole goal for this app. On top of that, we have leaderboards. We have leaderboards globally by the city you're in, by the state, and by the country as well as the continent. So you can see where you stack up against everyone else that's playing on HoselRocket. And the more people we have, the more accurate these stats get, and the more you can look to improve, you know, because it's always good to see yourself on a leaderboard wherever you are. I think it just helps to promote competitiveness and helps everyone get better. You can also sort by the country clubs that people are in, by the city that they're in, by the province or state in a general sense, and search it up. By country, same thing, and by continent. We also have top country clubs. So for every country club that signs up, or for people that sign up with a specific country club, the country clubs will be ranked by the average score across the top 10 users, and that will be factored in. So we can have, you know, country club competitions and see which country club is the best or has the best golfers. It's always good to have a little competitive fire, I think. You know, that's what golf is all about. At the end of the day, it's getting better and getting competitive with other people and the better people. We also have top club brands. So we're going to have data here as soon as we have more people and more live data where we're able to see which clubs perform the best at best distances, which contribute to the lowest scores per person. You know, if you have a club that you tend to play really good with and get like, you know, a lot of birdies with, it'll show up here and other people will be able to look at it and be like, wow, well, maybe I should check this club out, or maybe I should take it for a test run the next time my club has a club fitting day or whatever from Callaway. It's a Callaway club, for example. We'll also go by most used clubs, people who, you know, have lots of clubs that are maybe ping and they tend to do really well. Those will show up on this leaderboard as well. So you can really gauge and dial in what specifically you're looking for, what you need to add to your game, and what can make you better. Additionally, we have friends lists where you can check out your friend and compare against them, see their scores and their recent holes. You can also check out their stats directly and compare your stats with them, how they're doing, how you're doing, kind of get an idea of how they are. And we're going to add it later on that you can actually check out what's in their bag. So there's no more of this like weird gatekeeping and secret club usage that like all the good players have, but nobody else has. I think everybody should be allowed to get better. And I definitely don't think your wallet or your hiding specific clubs should be stopping people from improving their golf game. It's kind of an antithesis to golf in my mind and the spirit of it. But you can add friends and you can add them by email or name here and then just search them up whenever you want. You can actually refer people to the app. And if you do, you will get an extra 30 days free on your pro trial. And on top of that, your friend will also get an extra 30 days free. So it benefits everyone and it helps grow the community. So we're trying to get kind of as many users as we can on here, really beta test it, really kind of put it through the ringer and see where we can break it, what we can improve, what's new features that can be added, etc. Focus on making it better and better. As well, on the analytics page, we have this year's objectives. My objectives might not be that great, but you know, I'm not that great of a golfer, and that's kind of why I made this, to improve. So this year's objectives for me are try to get higher greens and regulation score, reduce the 3 putts on 5 to 5 per round on 18 holes, and then also shoot under 90 on 18 holes. From talking with the AI, it'll actually garner insights like you saw earlier while chatting with it, and those insights will be synthesized and actually put in this AI insights bit. So you can actually read through it and remember what you're trying to work on and what the best advice is. Use that to improve your game. And that's what this is all about, is just consistently improving your game over time. So this is the big and kind of corner piece feature of all of HoselRocket, of course, is round tracking. If you play 10 fully logged rounds in HoselRocket this year, you'll get an extra 2 months free. So just an extra bonus for you. I'm not trying to make people pay who are actively contributing to the data collection on the app, making the app better. But we have eSIM and outdoor course tracking. If you go to eSIM, for example, and we type in, let's do the Bel Air Country Club, we'll pick our Calgary bag. You'll have to have a bag set up, which is just going to allow you to track your clubs, track your club distances, incorporate everything, get the auto caddy in. I've also added it so you can have an auto putt on. So, in the eSIM, if they don't have good putting, you can set the auto putt on to the settings. And then when you're within 10 feet, you'll just automatically put it in and it'll count as one. So you don't have to track it on our side. You can start the eSIM round, and you'll be able to pick the par for each hole. If the course has already been played by someone else, the par should automatically percolate and be updated for you. But if not, you can pick it. So for example, let's say first hole's a par 5 and it's 553 yards. You can set that, and each shot, you'll essentially hit your tee shot, and then you'll put in the remaining yardage from your ball to the pin, because it always says that in the eSIM. So I thought that would just be easier. So let's say you hit a crazy driver shot that goes about 300 yards, and you have 250 yards left, and you hit your driver. We'll log the shot. This will record your FIR. So was in the fairway or left or right? We went left at the fairway. So not a great FIR on that one, but we'll say distance to the hole, 250. It's still a big one. Can't use the driver though. So we'll pick 3-iron, let's say, and then we'll put in, let's say we hit the 3-iron, huge 3-iron, 220 yards. So the remaining distance to the hole in that case would be 30. Then you're within putting distance. It grabs your putter automatically with the AI caddy. And then from there, you'll be able to say, I was able to do a 21-foot putt. Apologies. I messed that up, but you can always go back and edit your score. So we did a 21-yard putt. So we have 9 yards left. Save that. And we putt mode. It auto putted. So we sunk it. And then we got a complete score. We scored 4, and it'll also say compared to your average par, average score on each par. It'll actually say if you did better or worse this hole than your average. So it'll actually encourage you each hole and let you know substantially if you played a good hole, you played an average hole, or you played a bad hole, to really get an idea. Obviously, we all know when you played a bad hole or a good hole, but I think it'll just reinforce the fact that, okay, this one specifically, something went wrong. I need to focus on what that was. And if you really want to focus on what that was, there's an AI chatbot in the bottom right here. I'll move my screen, but you can open it up, and there's an AI caddy, and you can say how am I playing so far? And it'll incorporate your active score from this round into the data. And it'll say birdie on hole 1, great start. You're sitting -1 through hole 1, and the 1 putt GRR is exactly the kind of round you want to build. So it'll give you tangible advice on your live round. So it'll be exactly like talking to a real caddy and getting their advice and how you're playing currently, what you should improve live time, so the rest of the round can be better. This is one big thing that I wanted to add, and just really dial in how good you can get in a live round. And on top of that, you can always check your scorecard, see how you're going so far. You'll have the score in the top right here. You'll see how many holes you're on, what bag you're using, etc. And then on top of that, if you ever get bounced out of your round or you close the tab accidentally, you can log back into your account and it'll have the active round right there, and it'll be available for 24 hours. So don't worry, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be saved. You can go back to continuing the round, and we're back on hole 2. So we'll go to hole 2 and we'll start all of it over again. And then sometimes, you mess up, you forgot to record data for that round, etc. Or you forgot to record data for that hole. You got distracted. You were talking to your friend, kind of forget to count. You still probably counted your score, and you might have counted your putts. So you can still enter those, and it'll enter some rough kind of estimate data for you on those holes. It won't enter any club data and stuff, but it'll still get some basic analytics so you can really continue to grow. And the hole is not like a complete loss and a complete null where none of the stats are tracked. We don't want that at all. And that way you'll be able to see how you improve over time. So this is HoselRocket. So here's the
the thing. I originally built this for myself, and then my buddies wanted to try it, and now their buddies are wanting to try it. So I thought it might be a good time to tell other people about it, because it seems to be helping them, and it's already helped me. So why not help others? And then on top of that, if you go to the refer your friends page, you can actually refer your friend and get a free month, and so can they. I wanted it to promote people who are willing to share this, and get the word out for helping other people. And if you share with 12 people, you get the whole year free, and you don't have to pay a cent. So I wanted it to really help as many people as possible. That's kind of my main goal. What motivates me is helping people improve their game. I want that to resonate with as many people as possible. So if you're able to refer other people, I want it to be as easy as possible for you and them to enjoy the new app and actually improve your game and see results from this before you even get to the, thought of paying. If you'd like to subscribe, I very much appreciate it. Right now, we are just trying to perfect the app, improve it, and get it to a point where it is constantly able to provide value for people. So really, I'm looking for a small group. I'm not looking for, 10,000 people, more like maybe 50 or 60 to sign up, try the app, see how it's working, find bugs, email me, let me know. Our email is support@HoselRocket.app, and let us know if anything's broken, anything you want to see added to the app, we'll add it. If it's a good idea and it'll help other people, I have no problem adding it. I've just been trying to continue to improve it constantly. Every day I'm adding new features, bug testing, and I wanted to really get to a point where it's able to help thousands and thousands of people improve their game, because I've had fluctuations where I've loved golf, I've hated golf, I've fallen in and out of it, and I've wanted to play it. I've wanted to be consistent, but the thing that always pulls me out of it is the feeling that I can't improve, or that it's just kind of throwing money at the wall. I'm not really getting anywhere. My score isn't decreasing the rate I want. I'm not really finding the insights I want, and HoselRocket was designed to fix all of those problems. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please feel free to give it a try. The link is in the description, and feel free to follow HoselRocket's socials as well. I'll drop those in the link below. Much love. I hope we can make everyone's golf experience that much better when you're not, slamming your club against the ground, breaking it, and swearing at the sky. I don't really like that part of golf, and I don't think anyone does. Improving to a point where you're proud of your golf score and really getting tangible insights into a better golfing form for yourself is priceless, really. Feel free to try it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you on HoselRocket. And if you guys want, just add me as a friend. If you type in founder into the search bar for add a friend, it should actually come up with my name. I added a little Easter egg there. So feel free to add me and check my stats, brag to your friends that you're beating the founder. It doesn't matter much to me as long as you guys are enjoying the app. So thank you again so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope your golf game just gets better and better.